So, what is your name, sir?
My name is Danny.
What's up, Danny? So today you participated in Collectible Exchange's PS5 tournament.
Yep.
I believe there was 56, 57 players in attendance.
Yep.
And what place did you get today?
Second,
You came in second today. And then what
Yes,
deck
I
were we
did.
playing today?
I was playing Lightsworn. Well, KristyaSworn.
KristyaSworn. Okay. So then let's go ahead and jump into deck profile. So whenever you'd like to begin.
Okay. So this is a 42 card deck list. First of all, so the boss monster is Judgment Dragon. So 2 copies of Judgment Dragon, and then 3 Raikou, triple Lila, 2 Celestia, and double Wolf. I don't like playing 3 wolves only because I break on them. As you've seen in the finals, I opened up double Kristya, double wolf, and an honest in hand. And even when going second, sometimes I side a wolf out just so I have higher chances of not breaking into this. The deck already it has consistency issues, I think, and this kind of helps me solve that little problem just by taking one out sometimes.
Yes.
So I don't want to see it until I'm milling it, or I search it out for with charge to activate it with Lumina and just bring it live.
Right.
That way. And to speaking of Lumina, I got Lumina, Arceus, Jane, and Garoth. Garoth came in clutch today, allowing me to draw multiple cards. Every single round, I feel like that I won. I feel like it was thanks to Garoth and Arceus. Arceus protecting my Garoth and my Lightsworns from not being able to be targeted by Deep Prison, Book of Moon, Compose. It's just freaking amazing.
Arcus is just like it's a very annoying as someone as me as a frog player. The second that thing hits the board, it's immediately just like I don't know how I'm gonna out this, and it's just an immediate problem.
I considered playing 2 of this just because he's just that good. And sometimes I'm like, do I cut a wolf and put the second Arceus in, because he tends to save lives, especially against Gladiator Beasts. They just can't target you.
Right.
So that's my honest opinion. And then, of course, I played 2 hamsters to round off the Raikou.
Right.
3 is fine. 3 is too much, I think. I just like 2. 2 is fine. Sometimes I even find myself siding 1 and 1 out, just because I don't want to run into like Nobleman a cross out or Gladiator Beast, and they're just gonna chariot me anyway. So I just take. Typically, sometimes I side 1 out. I just don't want to lose it. It's still a really good card, and it's crucial to the deck to set up your engine. But I still take 1 out just in case. As I said, I'm not trying to get no woman to cross out at all. It freaks me out.
Oh yeah, that thing hitting like a Raikou, like especially game 2, and then just hitting them all is it's just heartbreaking.
Oh yeah, and then I see a lot of Kristya players cutting Plex Predator. I don't know why. I would never cut this from the deck. I understand cutting the Necro Gartna, but the Plague, I mean, this gives you access to your entire extra deck. And although you do play tuners with Heralds of Orange Lights, you never really want to normal summon that. At least if this gets milled, you can just stack a card and bring it out, so it's free. And if push comes to shove, somebody can just like DD Crow this instead of hitting your Lightsworn targets, or your boss monster like a Kristya or a Judgment. They'll Crow this, or they'll activate like Kaiku or something to remove this. So I'd rather let them remove this than my actual cards that I want to protect,
Gotcha.
So I do that. Then 1 Gorse and 1 Cartrooper.
Yeah.
Those are like my one-ofs. And then to start off like my little fairy side, I played double Honest, 2 Kristya, and 2 Herald of Orange Light. 3 is Sloggy. You only ever activate this once per match anyways, maybe twice in the match. And that's all you really need. The third one, it's just an additional fairy target, but you don't want to break on drawing 3 of this, and then, maybe an Honest and something else that's not playable. So I just want to see engine, so I just played 2 of everything.
Okay, so I was about to ask, like, most lists definitely play the 3 because it's just too good to just have that negate on board.
Yeah.
So like seeing that is for consistency's sake, it makes a lot of sense. And then also just running the 2 Kristya as well is for consistency's sake as well, right? Correct?
Yeah, and then even though I played 2, man, I still bricked on it. Last game, final match, as you'll see, double Kristya, double Wolf, and an honest. That was not fun. That was like my quickest loss this entire tournament. So congrats to the first place winner, man. Really chill people here, but I'm disappointed that happened to me. But you're playing Lightsworns KristyaSworn, it's a 50-50 chance, right? So it's bound to happen. It's bound to happen at least once. I wish
that it happened.
Yeah.
In the finals.
Yeah.
Of all places for it to happen.
So that's all my monsters.
Okay.
And then for spells, I play 1 My Body as a shield, 1 Cold Wave, 1 Heavy, and double Gold Sart. I see a lot of people not playing My Body as a shield at all, not even in the side deck. I love My Body because if you're playing against Black Wings, and they try to go Icarus attack on you, and you're bringing out your boss monster like Judgment Dragon, or you're tributing for Celestia, and they're trying to go Torrential Tribute, or even bottomless. You can just be like, okay, priority with JD, pay 1,000, blow up everything, and then still save it with My Body. And now, if I have a trap card, I don't want to get trap stunned anyway. So at least with this, I mean.
So then you're holding that card in the hand most of the time, waiting for them to as a point of interaction.
Sometimes I hold it in your hand, or I'll set it, especially against Legendary Beasts. When I have 2 or more cards, I'll just set it. This is like my own little version of Starlight Road, but it's more like a 1-for-1. It trades pretty well. Yeah, I love this. I don't think I would change that. On top of that, the 1 charge and then the triple solar recharge.
Right.
So that's pretty much standard, right? Yeah. Something that's gonna throw off everybody today. I'm playing double Waboku in the main deck.
So can you explain to us why that happened, or why this was a thing?
So I was originally supposed to be playing Threatening Roar in the deck. However, I forgot my Threatening Roars at home. And when I got to the card shop, I'm like, oh man, I need to buy the card. I tried looking to purchase the card, but nobody had it. So I just said, the next best thing is just this, I'm afraid of like Dragon Turbo. Them, go and return and just OTK me, but at least if I play Waboku or Threatening, it saves me a turn, and I have a side Lightning Vortex. So having Lightning Vortex as the crackback, it allows me to break through those fields. But one thing to note, since I did play Waboku, I played 3 different Legendary Beast players today. So this card was originally like sided out immediately every single time. I was going first or second, I didn't care. This card was out. If it was Threatening, keep it. Waboku, yeah, no, but.
I mean, it got you to top 8.
It worked.
And it got you to the final.
It worked for what I needed to do, but yeah, man, I just wish this was Threatening, because then this would have been a little better for me, I think. And then I also played double Beckoning Light, 1 Trap Dust Shoot, and 1 Mirror Force. Not a lot of people play Trap Dust Shoot. Sometimes some people are cutting it. I don't know why. Most are not even playing Mirror Force. But as I said, Dragon Turbo is still a threat. So having things to be able to help you, and stay alive at least that 1 additional turn, so that you might be able to go Lightning Vortex, or now you have a Judgment Dragon, you can go Judgment and blow up the field and stay and keep yourself alive that way. Or maybe you just don't want to lose one of your your Lumina. I don't want to lose my Lumina to a freaking that Kokai Meru Dragon guy, and now allowing me to reborn something back next turn. Allow me to get rid of like Plex Spreader or a dead wolf in hand to get something else. So that's why I'm like, I think this is still good. Sometimes you'll mill it, but this is why I play 2-ups, because if I meal one, I still have a chance of getting the other, and all you really need is one. But so long as I get either one, either one, I'm happy. So that's it for the main deck.
All right, let's go into the extra deck.
Okay. Okay. So the extra deck, Jesse Anderson? No, I'm just kidding. Jesse Anderson. Yeah. So I typically have 4 tokens with me, only because Amaryllis is a deck, and most decks that play Amaryllis, of course, they have the Dandelions, and sometimes they don't have tokens. So I tend to offer myself. You know, I'm like, hey, here, have these tokens for for your deck. Why not?
Yeah, just being a
So,
gentleman.
I try to be hopeful. Everyone's here is pretty nice, so why not? One Chimera tech. I don't think the extra deck matters much, considering I don't even side into Cyber Dragon. I didn't even make this at all the entire tournament. I might even actually cut this for something else. Maybe the Air Knight, the Synchro. Maybe that's the Piercer. That's a little better anyway. So I'll probably do that. One Armory Arm, one Catastor, a Magical Android, and a Flambeau or Raises. As I said, Amaryllis is a deck, so this allows me just to pierce. A Brio, a Goyo, and a Black Rose. This is the only level 7 in my extra deck. I don't play any other level 7s. I considered playing what was it? Ancient Fairy Dragon. But I didn't see the point. I mean,
it really doesn't do anything. I mean, it's a light, but
yeah, it's just there to, like, if I happen to do, I do sometimes play Mind Control and Brain Control. So if I happen to play those and I take care, one of their monsters, I can probably just get rid of it and do it that way. But other than that, to me, it's dead space in my extra deck. So I'd rather play something else. One Stardust, one Darken, a Thought Ruler, Colossal, a Red Dragon, a Mistworm, and a Golems. This is pretty much my lineup for my extra deck. I think I only ever made once this entire tournament. I only ever made Stardust Dragon once and Goyo Guardian once, and that was against a Gladiator Beast player. I made this through play, obviously, and it wasn't even relevant. It was just like, I'm playing GBs. If I leave my weak little monster, they're gonna crash. They're gonna crash into it.
Yeah.
I need something bigger that I know that's gonna keep me alive. And at least if they crash into it, I'm like, look, man, I'm gonna take your cards. Your cards are gonna become my cards. Because at least if I take it, now I know they.
It's one less resource that they have to go
exactly.
Ahead and, like,
And now I'm not that afraid of Chariot after I take their monster. So yeah, that's if they don't have it. If they have it, then I'm shit out of luck. But it happens.
Let's go ahead and look at the side. So what are we working with here?
So side deck, the only monster in my side deck, 3 Concentrated Light. Bayou Turbo, Black Wings is still a deck. And you have a good matchup with the deck, but at least with this, it kind of allows you to stall for time and just draw and fix your hand if you have a dead hand. Just make sure this is the only card you leave on field, so that way they can't Icarus attack you or something.
Right.
So that, and then against Dragon Turbo, you can bring this out because now they can't go into the red eyes. So that'll just stay there. But yeah, that's pretty much the only reason for it. I think it's pretty good, but I only always sided 2, and even the times I sided it, I only seen it once. So cutting it down to 2 is not a bad idea. This is probably something I might cut later on, just so I can have space for something else. Also, for my trap cards, I play 2 Royal Oppression. Royal Oppression is very good against every single deck in the meta. Stops return, stops the Red Eyes, Darkness Metal Dragon, stops Machina Turbo, stops Judgment Dragon. Gladiator Beasts just cry, unless they have Trapstone or MST or something. But even so, this wins games on its own. As I said, I'm afraid of Dragon Turbo from the very beginning, so I still play, if not in the main deck, at least on the side, Torrential Tribute.
Okay, that is something I was going to ask before, since I didn't see it in the main, so I was wondering if it was going to be on the side. So I seen it on the side. is pretty reassuring.
Yeah, at least this is like a little blowout card. So if they do something, or I just want to get rid of my cards, so I can have more names and be able to make my Judgment Dragon live that turn, I can do it that way. Or if I'm playing against Hero Frog, they can go into absolute zero, and I just think Rancho. Everything's gonna go anyway, so might as well get rid of it right then and there. So yeah, this is pretty good. So something I teched in, and I cited it in every single match. I saw it every single match, but I never got to resolve it. Was Mind Crush. I love the fact that 95% of the decks in the meta are searching. So if you're playing against Black Wings with Black Rowan, they'll just search. If you play against heroes or any variation of hero, they'll just search. Bayou Turbo, they'll just search with reinforcement of the army. And even if they get an Armageddonite, you can just call it and be like, okay, well, at least that way. I may not have drawn into the Trap Dust Shoot, but at least I can see what's the remainder of your hand. So it's like a second version of Trap Dust Shoot, but I didn't get to resolve it. It's iffy, and I really wish I would have been able to resolve this at least once. But yeah, it's still a pretty powerful card that I don't think I want to take out, but maybe, as I said, I am potentially cutting a concentrate light. So if anything, these two can be something else.
Gotcha.
So double Dust Tornado and an MST, Black Wings, Lighter Beast, Machina Turbo, Frogs.
Especially since frogs are, for whatever reason, playing as much back row as they are.
I have no idea, but Phoenix Wind Blast, Regeki Break, Karma Cuts, it's just annoying. And I find that sometimes playing Royal Decree is also hurting my deck, because now I can't resolve my Beckoning Lights. So I'd rather have something that I can just get rid of right then and there, and it trades well 1-for-1. So I just prefer this. Royal Decree, I did try out. I did a lot of testing with it, but as I said, it stops you. So if you have a Decree and a double Dust Tornado, what the heck? They're just gonna heavy you, and now you lose 2 more cards that could have been used to wipe out something else. Like, I hit Chariots with this. I hit Icarus attacks with this. Bottomless and Deep Prisons all day today with these freaking cards. So I recommend them. Definitely keep them in your side deck. I would never take them out. I play a second My Body. As I said in the beginning, I want to keep my boss monster alive. So this is my own little tech of just bringing it in. I'm like, okay, well, maybe if I don't draw the first one because I milled it, I may draw the second one. So it's my rule of 2s. So I like playing 2s of everything for the most part. But yeah, it came in handy. And the one time I tried activating this, I couldn't resolve it because I was playing this card incorrectly. I don't really play this, but the one time I resolved it, it worked. It got the job done, thank God. Now, double Lightning Vortex, as I said, Dragon Turbo, forget about that deck. Just, go Waboku or Threatening, and then chain this, do this during your turn, and just go off, have fun.
Yeah.
Hero Frog, you can bring this in too, but I didn't even see it, sadly. We're not gonna talk about it, okay? Never happened. And then double Soul Release, same thing. If you play against Frogs, Bayou Turbo, or Dragon Turbo, even against a variation of some sort of Lightsworn or something, this kind of helps you as well. I don't play DD Crow because I don't play Pot of Avarices, so I am on the Beckonings. So having some sort of removal, even for Machina Turbo, this just stops, them from activating like Pot of Avarice. So that was my whole reasoning for that. I'm like, I don't want you to have any more names. I don't want you to be able to pot next turn. And if you have something that I just don't like for example, Plague Spreader, or maybe you have an Honest in your graveyard, or a Judgment Dragon, I'm like, okay, well, let's just remove that stuff and see what happens next, Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for doing this, and congratulations again.
Yeah, thank you.
And anything you want to say before we go ahead and end this out? Any shout outs or?
Shout out to my wife. She kept calling me all day throughout the tournament, asking me to come back home because the kids kept crying. So,
All right, so shout out to the wife.
Yeah. So maybe when I come back tonight, I might just take her to go eat some Italian food, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, and then of course to Collectible Exchange for hosting the tournament. You know, without you guys, we wouldn't be able to be here. So thank you.
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. Congratulations again, and have a good one.
Yeah.